Your time. The most famous 15-year-old in New Hampshire. This guy is on like every cable news channel getting after candidates for president of the United States in town halls all over. People are giving him all the credit and the fame. I give it to his mother, who continues to indulge him in ways that I know are going to someday make him governor or senator from this state. I can't wait till I'm old enough that he does that. And I'm sitting somewhere in New Jersey watching TV and seeing Governor or Senator Quinn, and I will be completely unsurprised. What is your question tonight, young man?
Well, I don't know how I can top that.
Good,
so
then sit down.
I'm not going to try. All right. So thank you, Governor.
You're welcome, sir.
You will be happy to know that I'm throwing you a softball tonight compared to my other questions.
What did I do to deserve such great treatment?
Well, I watched like every single podcast interview, a lot of interviews, and your town hall last night. I watched all way too long of it, and you gave me a few ideas, but nothing I could really capitalize on.
All right.
So
let her rip. Let's see. What do you got?
So unfortunately, my first experience with you and my exposure to you came when my sisters were watching Triumph the Insult Dog.
Oh, that's not good.
And I never really the dog is hilarious, but that specific segment I didn't like because I don't like attacks on anybody's appearance. And I think Triumph and Trump are very similar in that fashion.
That's true.
It is true. And I have noticed that you attack Trump very, very harshly, deserve some of the time. And when you attack, his most energetic supporters take it very personally. And are you worried that this back and forth banter could hurt the country, considering that we know riling up the Trump mob can be literally deadly? And I'm even getting considered like walking through the parking lots at this event, Pence and you particularly. And I mean, to peel away these Trump voter, don't tell me there's not a Trump voter.
He's already responding to my answer before I give it. Get to the question, dude. Let's go.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about what we were going to say, and you were saying,
come on. I know.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So I know these people. They would go to hell and back with them. I know a lot of them. I'm good friends with some of them. And could you consider taking a page from a book that you might not be naturally inclined to do so? When they go low, you go high. Thank you.
No. And let me tell you why. Because we tried that with him in 2016. All of us ignored his insults. Me, Jeb, Marco, John Kasich, Ted, Carly, Ben Carson. We all ignored his insults in 2016. And we said, we're not going to respond to that. We're going to go high and talk about other things and just let him do what he's going to do, because no one will believe him. No one's going to believe he'll actually build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. No one's going to believe him that he's actually going to balance the budget in 4 years. No one's going to believe it. Guess what? Lots of people did. You have to fight him on the truth. When he lies, we need to fight him. Because to ignore him is to assent to his lies. And I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do it anymore, Quinn. And here's the thing. I can't worry about them either. I can't worry about what's dangerous. It's dangerous to run for president. It is. And you got to buy that when you decide to do it. And if I'm angering some people, that's the way it goes. That's part of the business. If your principles aren't worth fighting for, then don't fight for them. Stay on the bench. But if you're going to get off the bench, I got off the bench halfway 8 years ago. And I didn't do everything that in my mind and my heart I wanted to do, because I was making a political calculation when you were just suggesting, well, if these people are so entrenched with them and they're going to go to hell and back with them, and you maybe need them to vote for you at some point, maybe you should just back off a little bit. Let me tell you, I tried it. It doesn't work. And when he says the stuff he said about me yesterday, don't let it bother you for a minute. I don't care. Like, it's not like, this has been going on my entire political career. When I ran for governor against John Corson in 2009, he ran a TV commercial that said, Christie is throwing his weight around. Very subtle, right? And what I said at the time, Wolf Blitzer had me on CNN, and he said to me, what do you think of the commercial? And I said, Wolf, it's really moved me. I'd like to make a confession to everyone that's watching. I'm somewhat overweight. Newsflash to New Jersey and America, right? Quinn, who cares? Here's what you should care about. I've never pretended to be anything than what I am. I've never pretended to be anything than what I am. And if you're looking for the perfect candidate, you're not going to find him or her. They don't exist. And I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to tell you what I think. And that's either going to get your vote. Well, not you, because you can't vote. But that's either going to get all the rest of these people's votes, or it's not. But I am not going to trade away the truth. Not because they yell in the parking lot. Not because he's a child who isn't worthy of being in grades 4 below yours with some of the comments he's made. And so I let that piece of it roll off my back, but not the stuff that affects our country, man. The stuff that affects our country, I'm not going to let him get away with it anymore. Not going to do it. Yes, ma'am, in the back.